Yo, what's going on, my TV show enthusiast? It is GZTV back with another video, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the pilot episode of Euphoria, one of the biggest TV series in quite some time, man. I mean, I'm watching TV shows that are causing waves. I'm enjoying myself watching all this television. I'm off for the summer, so I have so much time to watch stuff. It's really been a blast. But we are here starting a brand new series called Euphoria. Obviously, we gotta wait till Stranger Things comes out. We'll probably put Euphoria on hold once that comes out. I might actually be able to finish Euphoria by the time Stranger Things Part 2 comes out. But we are here with Euphoria, the pilot episode. I mean, it's the first episode. This series came out like 3 years ago. It's kind of insane to think about. But yeah, 17-year-old Rue returns home from rehab with no plans to stay clean, obviously played by Zendaya. She's the biggest character on the show. She's the biggest character on a lot of shows. She meets Jules, who's new in town, at a party at McKay's house. Nate gets into McKay's head when McKay takes an interest in Cassie. Nate and Maddie, who have been broken up once again, attempt to make each other jealous. Meanwhile, Kat is pressured to lose something. It's a very toxic TV show, and I'm pretty signed up for that. I've kind of understood the premise of the show before I watched it. It's so popular. It's circulating all over the internet ever since it came out. It's just been making waves, and they have 2 seasons out. I don't know if they're going to have 3. I don't know what the role of this, how they're going to roll with the series. I just got to watch and find out. This episode was narrated by the main character, Rue Bennett. The show begins with a look at her past life and descent into depression, with an increasing reliance on drugs and alcohol as she reaches her teenage years. Kind of like the thing in high school nowadays with people like smoking and drinking a lot more than they did back in the day. The summer before junior year was spent in rehab, but she had no intention of staying clean, going to ask Fesco and Ashtray for drugs. Ashtray's a pretty funny character. After getting out of rehab, Rue continued to do drugs before we cut out and follow Nate Jacobs as he drives along, taunting Jules Vaughn on her bike. And she looked very nerdy at first. Maybe this motivated her to change as a person. Jules happens to live in the suburbs, but is new to the neighborhood, finding solace in her friend Kat Hernandez, whom she texts after trying to find a hookup for the night on her phone. Very messed up stuff. I don't understand how people live like this, but it is what it is. Her text to Kat then jumps perspectives to Kat, Maddie Perez, and Barbara Brooks as they prepare for the upcoming party at Chris McKay's. The high school party, the classic high school party. It's been highlighted in movies before. Project X, Superbad. Those are some of the most notable examples. Neighbors. Those are shows I've watched that have a lot of high school parties in them. And I've never been to one, so maybe I don't really get the lore that much. But it's kind of messed up stuff that happens, obviously. Very scandalous things. Later, Rue arrives home to Leslie, her mom, berating her for leaving. So obviously her mom's very caring of her, which is good. She's forced to do a urine test to prove that she's clean, but before she does, she heads to her friend Lexi Howard's house to get a fresh sample of urine for the drug test because she knows she's probably going to fail it. Which is pretty smart on her part, but come on. You're trying to get clean, you get back from rehab. I don't know what she went to rehab for if she wasn't going to be clean. I guess her mom probably forced her to do it. Jules proceeds to hook up with a married man while McKay's party begins. Very messed up situation. I think she got baited on Tinder or something. A group of topless guys huddle around McKay's phone, sharing news of Cassie Howard, which causes him to feel uncomfortable and awkward. It's tough. Cassie Howard, aka Sydney Sweeney, one of the most notable actors in the series besides Zendaya. Later that night, though, he hooks up with Cassie and things get heavy, leading them to becoming rough and choking her. A nod towards one of the themes of the episode: the similarities between intimate sex and porn. This episode obviously has a story, but there's a lot of things in Euphoria I feel like are gonna have messages. There's gonna have themes. Yeah, this is gonna be a very thematic TV series. I have a feeling, and I think it's very, very interesting. People watch porn and they're like, "Oh, girls like to be choked." Apparently, no. Those girls are just doing it for entertainment. Pornography is literally an entertainment business. As we jump back to Rue, we see her taking drugs before stumbling out into the hallway. This is crazy, very trippy stuff. I'm sure we're going to see this a lot in Euphoria. The hallway rotates in a full 360-degree angle while she scrambles up the walls and ceiling before touching the ground again. She stumbles downstairs, but the camera defiantly steers away from her, traveling into a room with Kat, accompanied by Roy McKay, Troy McKay, and Wes smoking weed. The McKay twins are obviously the ones that run the party. Kat is a virgin, struggling to fight against peer pressure and ridicule, which is something we're probably going to talk about a lot in this TV series. Kat tells the boys she's not a virgin, and she is then pressured into taking her top off. Bra, not fully nude. Yeah. Nate calls off the party upon seeing his ex, Maddie, hooking up with Tyler Clarkson. But when he enters the kitchen again, he sees Jules, who has just arrived. How fucking jealous do you have to be to cancel a party? I mean, I guess you don't want your ex-girlfriend coming to a party. I guess that's understandable. I should do live reactions to this. Maybe that's better, and I can edit it, but that seems terrible, to be honest. Like, in my opinion, I don't think that seems like a lot of fun for me to do, but yeah, Nate takes his frustration out on her, threatening to hurt her, until Jules grabs a nearby knife and turns the tables on Nate, showing how crazy she is and how willing she is in protecting herself, I suppose. She's been through a lot of stuff, it seems like, in her life, so this was interesting. Man. She slashes her own arm and smears the blood on Nate before introducing herself to the onlooking crowd. Pretty disturbing moment in the episode. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of a sensitive thing. You know, obviously Euphoria is going to have a lot of sensitive moments throughout the TV series. I don't know how I feel about her, like, just casually, like, hey, everybody, you know, it's kind of psychotic. I mean, it's building a character, I suppose. Includes an impressed Rue. Rue is impressed. Rue likes people like this. Zendaya normally plays people that are very rebellious towards society, not going for anything, type of thing. The two formally introduce themselves as the party clears out, and they head to Jules' house to spend the rest of the night together. So obviously she makes a newfound friendship in a blink of an eye. Does that happen that often? Maybe if you're high and drunk at a high school party, I guess it could have happened, but I don't see that happening. Everyday occurrence. It's kind of weird. Eventually the party ends and Nate arrives home near dawn. As he climbs up the stairs, we are shown the family picture that was on the lock screen of the man Jules had sex with, Cal Jacobs, Nate's father. That's fucking insane, dude. That was a big plot twist. It turns out the guy she hooked up with on Tinder or whatever turned out to be Nate's dad. A big parallel to kind of close out the episode. I didn't really catch that at first. Sometimes it's good to read these plot things because they definitely catch stuff for you. But yeah, Angus Cloud is a pretty iconic actor in this series. Let's see. Let me look at some other... Let me try to find some other iconic people. Are the twins they're actually twins, yeah. There's a lot of guest stars, a lot of people that just come in and out of the TV show. It's extras. It's just people from like high school that are random. But you know, kind of ruin this episode discussing how she was once happy, content, sloshing around in the womb of her mother until she got on this earth. That's kind of like his sentiment of Zendaya's characters. You know, Rue kind of narrated her own birth. You know, she talked about her life with anxiety. She grew up with anxiety. Could you imagine being a kid and just growing up with anxiety? You know, Rue kind of talking about also how she's kind of confused about the world, a lot of teenage troubles. You know, a big highlight was, bitch, this is in the 80s, you need to catch a dick. That's funny. There's some crazy flips on this script. Like, I'm kind of reading this Euphoria fandom wiki website. That's how big the series is. They literally have their own wiki website. Nate Jacobs was supposed to be murdered by Rue Bennett originally. That would have been crazy. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. There's a lot of really cool songs on here too. Kid Cudi's in here, Beyonce, Migos, Megan Thee Stallion, Young Thug, Popcorn, A$AP Ferg, Future. This show is built for teenagers, man. It really is, and I'm not a teenager anymore. Or yeah, I am still a teenager. I'm not a teenager next year, but hey, maybe I can enjoy it while I'm still in my teen years. That's gonna do it for the video. I don't know how long these reviews are going to be. I really like the start of this series. Sorry, I'm stuttering a whole lot. I've been talking a lot on this YouTube channel recently, and we still have 4 more videos to get through today. But yes, the Quarry video game came out. I'm gonna wait until after the finals to probably start playing that, and I'll give you guys episodes every other day, maybe once a week. You never know. I'll probably do what I did with Guardians of the Galaxy, because it is like 10 hours of gameplay. Maybe if it was like a Skyrim open world mini story game, I'd a lot of stories in a game, I'd probably do it every other day. But I think we're going to give you guys an episode once a week for the Quarry. But I'm out. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. Go follow the Twitch. I only have like 4 followers, but it's a little tiny community. Shout out to the viewer. I'm